They sent the email and they used the word collaboration. We miss the energy. We do better together. Come back to the office. And you, being a reasonable person, took it at face value. Maybe they really do think the work is better in person. But here is what the surveys found when researchers actually asked. 70% of workers see a return to office mandate for what it really is, a way to fire you without firing you, not a strategy about productivity. A strategy about making your life annoying enough that you do the resigning for them. Let us talk about quiet firing. And we do not have to guess at their motives because they told on themselves. A quarter of executives and a fifth of human resources professionals admitted, out loud, in surveys, that they secretly hoped the return to office mandate would make employees quit. Secretly hoped. Sit with how cold that is. They did not lay you off because a layoff costs money, severance, unemployment claims, a bad headline. They just made the deal worse and worse, added the commute back, took away the flexibility, and waited for you to crack. Your quitting was the plan. You were supposed to think it was your idea. Now here is the punchline that turns it from cynical to absurd. When the quiet firing did not push out enough people, what did they do? Over a third of leaders admitted their companies resorted to actual layoffs anyway. So follow the logic. First, they make your life miserable to get you to leave for free. Then, when enough of you stubbornly refuse to quit a job you need, they lay you off after all. Heads, they save the severance, tails, they pay it. Either way, the destination was always the same. You out, them looking blameless. And the office mandate is just one tool in the kit. In 2025, 53% of American businesses reported using quiet firing tactics, more than half. Delaying your raise so the cost of living eats it. Tacking on extra mandatory office days. Quietly trimming the benefits that made the job bearable. None of it shows up as a firing. None of it triggers a single legal protection. It is death by 1,000 small downgrades, each one too minor to fight, all of them aimed at the same exit. They are not managing you. They are evicting you in slow motion and calling it policy. Here is the part that should make the executives nervous, if they were smart enough to notice. After office mandates, turnover spiked 14%. And who walked? Not the people they were hoping to lose. Women left at 20% higher rates. Senior and top talent departed at 18 and 19% rates. Read that carefully. The mandate did not filter out the dead weight. It filtered out the people with options, the experience, the ones who could land somewhere better. They aimed a weapon at their worst employees and shot their best ones in the foot. So why do it? If it loses you your best people, costs you turnover, and tanks morale, why run the play at all? Because the people writing the policy are not optimizing for the company's health. They are optimizing for control. A worker at home is a worker who is hard to surveil, hard to pressure, hard to make anxious. A worker in the building, badging in and out, watched, commuting 2 hours a day, is a worker who remembers exactly how much they need this. The mandate is not about the work getting done. It is about you remembering your place. And here is the thing the whole scheme depends on. It only works on people who can be pushed. The entire power of a quiet firing comes from the fact that you have one income, one boss, one source, and they hold all of it. The moment your livelihood has more than one leg to stand on, the mandate loses its teeth. You stop reading the email as a threat and start reading it as what it is, an offer you are free to decline. They can only quiet fire you if your survival is a single thing they get to control. Come back to the office. Now you can read it in the original language. It says, "We would like you gone, but we would prefer not to pay for it, so please take the hint." 70% of you already see it. The execs admitted it, and the data says it backfires every time, costing them the very people they could not afford to lose. Wake up is not the slogan. It is the moment you stop treating a single paycheck as your whole life, so that no email can ever evict you from it again. If that landed, that is the point. I put the alternative into practice with MXEL, where you build a stake you actually own instead of a paycheck someone can quietly squeeze you out of. This is the ownership stuff in practice. MXEL at mxe.com. Stay loud.